So this is a part where the protagonist, Orna, she is literally lost in the forest. Then something grunted from the woods. She held her breath, listening. The grunt again, actually more of a snort. She smiled. Bucks sometimes did that to warn the herd of danger. She clapped her hands to scare it away. A few seconds of silence and then more snorting, and the crunch of footsteps heading her way. Again, she clapped, but whatever it was kept coming. Spooked, she spun around and speed walked back into the burn, aiming to circle the plantation. After maybe a minute, she stopped and cupped a hand to her ear. The footsteps closer, faster, the snorting louder. Switching to full-on flight mode, Orna barreled downhill through the burn into the dense living forest, her best bet for losing whatever was chasing her. An elk, a bear? What the hell else made sounds like that and wasn't afraid of people? The same thing that was after her the night of the accident? Branches yanked her hair and slashed her cheeks until she tripped on some root or fallen branch and tumbled face first into the soft duff. Spitting bitter pine needles from her mouth, she shoved herself up to standing, straining her ears for any sound of her pursuer. Other than the thud of her heart, silence. Whatever had been after her had given up, or more likely hadn't been chasing her at all. Unfortunately, now she had even less of an idea where she was. All she could do was head uphill, giving the plantation a wide berth and hope for the best. Otherwise, she'd have to spend the night, which, as far as she was concerned, wasn't an option. She popped on the flashlight to make sure she was going the right way. The once lovely evergreen forest now menacing. No, menacing wasn't the right word, as that would have meant it gave a crap about her. The truth, she realized with a sinking stomach, was the forest had no idea she was alive, and therefore didn't care for her any more than a gnat or pebble. Guided by the circular yellow beam, she struggled uphill back into the burnt forest until she was winded. Pausing to catch her breath, throat dry, she was relieved to see a stick lean-to propped up against a large rock. She was on the right track after all. This one was square and three-sided, not unlike a sloppy sukkah, the makeshift hut Jews built during the harvest festival of Sukkot, like the ones the ancestors made while wandering the desert. For the heck of it, she peeked inside, a body-sized depression in the thick carpet of needles, like someone had slept there. Smiling, she imagined Rowan in his sleeping bag playing Boy Scout. Towards the rear, a small pile of something. For no reason at all, she crawled into the cramped space. Just a bunch of pine cones, each the size of a child's fist, but with little white flecks in them. She picked one up and shone the light. Tucked between each of the dozens of scales were teeth.